This video is about everything that distorts the guitar sound: overdrive, distortion, and fuzz. I have an overdrive, a distortion pedal, and a fuzz pedal here. So now let's listen to the different sounds. First, the overdrive pedal. The distortion pedal. And the fuzz pedal. An overdrive produces a slightly saturated sound. Actually, it's identical to the result of turning up a tube amplifier so far that the sound starts to slightly distort. My overdrive pedal is set up via 3 controllers: level, tone, and drive. Level for volume, tone for timbre, and drive regulates the distortion amount. When you use overdrive pedals, it makes sense to put everything in the middle position first, also known as the 12 o'clock setting. Switch on the pedal and test it. The first thing we listen to is the distortion amount. It goes from the very beginning. Almost a clean sound. Up to a middle gain amount. That's the first thing I actually do when adjusting overdrive pedals. Always regulate the distortion first. At the 2 o'clock position, that's fine for me. On the tone knob, we also have the bandwidth. When turned all the way to the left, the sound is very muffled. The 1 o'clock position is also my chosen setting here. And lastly, we'll focus on the overall volume with the level knob. It should be set accordingly. The level should be a bit louder than the clean signal on the overdrive. Clean signal. I turn it on. That's a bit too loud, relatively speaking, so I'm turning it to the 11 o'clock position. Now that's how I like it. The distortion effect is more hardcore. The degree of distortion is much more intense. So when it comes to heavier rock pieces, you're more likely to achieve your goal with a distortion pedal than with an overdrive pedal. The distortion pedal is adjusted according to the same principles, with tone, level, and dist for the distortion amount. That is the minimum distortion level. And that is the highest. Around the 3 o'clock position is my setting of choice. I have already turned up the volume knob relatively high because the pedal is pretty quiet. Listen here. So here you have to turn the volume knob up in order to get the same level, or a level that's a bit louder. This is the case with some pedals, but it's not a malfunction. The tone still sounds quite intense. I'll show you the range. So up here it gets quite ugly. The basses are gone and only highs are left. My preferred setting is around the 10 o'clock position. Fuzz is the slightly out there variant of the distortion effect. While overdrive sounds harmonically pleasant, the fuzz effect goes sonically more in the direction of a saw or an electric razor. A well-known fuzz sound is, for example, the riff from Satisfaction by the Rolling Stones. Here again we have 3 controllers, 1 for level, 1 for mode, and 1 for fuzz. Fuzz is responsible for the distortion amount, level for the volume, and with mode I can select 3 different basic distortion sounds. The range of the fuzz controller is this one. Here my preferred fuzz sound is set to the 2 o'clock position.